I'm meeting someone today who is completely obsessed with collecting and propagating native seeds. 40 years ago, she worked as a typist for a seed company, but quickly became hooked on the plants, and now she has a booming business of her own. Marina Grassecker is the propagator-in-chief. Hey, Marina, how are you?
Hello, Clarence.
Oh, should we have a look around?
Oh, please, I'd love to show you around.
And this is her world, a nursery to the north of Sydney in Terrey Hills. So, Marina, what got you so obsessed with native plants?
We live in Australia, and I didn't see that many native plants around. And they give off beautiful scents where exotic species do not. I became quite interested in where they grew. You can really tell where you have a native community. It's a different sense of being rather than being in a forest full of exotics. All these species are food for the animalia and the insects, etc. And we need more of these habitat areas so these critters can live like we live. And that's part of the whole system here, is making sure there's enough natives in Australia being planted and being cared for. Because every plant needs to be cared for just like every human being needs to be cared for. And we're not doing that enough because we think we're better than plants, and we're not. And we can't live without plants.
No. What's the process you go through here?
We collect the seed, then you put them into flats with a mixture of, let's say, sand and perlite or whatever, depending on the species. When they're ready, you look underneath, see all the little, hello, all the little roots coming out. Then you dibble them out of here, and then you put them into these forestry tube stock, and they live in here for 3-4 months until they grow up. And then they need to go outside to acclimatise before they go into anyone's gardens. Because the little buggers have got a really hard time out there sometimes. So they have to be hardy to be able to tolerate what people do to them.
This is a really impressive array of different grass species.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's lovely. And how can people use this in their own gardens?
These are all common native grass species. So they can make little meadowlands, grass meadowlands, where you put your grasses in and then you put in your beautiful little wildflowers. The best thing about our native grasses is what gets fed from them, you know. You've got your little moths nesting in all the grasses. The mycorrhiza they love. Every time I clean up a mycorrhiza patch, all the little moths are coming out saying, bugger off, this is our house. Eh? So I do. So I go away.
You're doing yourself a favour, you're doing the environment a favour.
It's all about, if we don't look after them, they won't look after us. We've got to look after each other.
What are some of your favourites?
The one in front of us for a start. This is Eragrostis brownii. She loves a bit of moisture, so you do see her on swales, out in the bushlands, in the swales, etc. And when she's in the ground, she lays flat with purple, purple, purple flowers. So beautiful. Such a gorgeous plant for any garden. And
that's one of the things with our native grasses. If you let them seed, you'll continue that regeneration in your own garden.
That's right. And that's where your native lawns come into play. If you've got the tiniest budget, you can still make a native lawn. You put in 1 per square metre, you let that seed, and then you dibble the seed around, so you can do it on any budget whatsoever. All you need is 1 plant.
And patience.
And patience. If you've got more money, more plants, and less patience.
That's something really interesting over there.
This grass is called Oplismenus aemulus, the basket grass. And it makes a beautiful lawn, or you can let it shush up like that. And the butterflies love it, the moths love it. She's such a good coloniser as well. So you can use it as ground cover that high, or as a lawn. And that's what so many of these are so versatile. They'll do what they're told.
Can we step in and have a closer look at this?
Yeah. She doesn't take a lot of care, except just keep her mowed. She's a stunner, but I don't want to cut her, because look at that. Look at that sound.
That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Look at this one. Mr. Neanderthal. He's so beautiful.
And the form, when those seed heads start to form, they're just beautiful, aren't they?
Absolutely stunning. His botanical name is called Ficinia nodosa. He'll grow sand dunes, inland, water, no water, hills, valleys. He doesn't care. See that?
Yeah.
That's all seed in there. So if you don't want them to keep perpetuating, cut off the seed heads before they fall on the ground.
Tell me about one of the workstations that you have here.
Well, we have Ross in one of the potting sheds, and he pots up from tube stock to bigger pots. And then he has to take them up to a separate area where he has Rolo and Lexi helping him. They take the front of the trolley up to the area he needs to go. So they're very helpful as well.
What are some of your recommendations for using meadow species?
This is your Brachycome species. I love these. They're such happy plants. They flower continuously for like 6-7 months of the year. And she'll wiggle in amongst your other plants, wiggle in amongst your grasses, and make herself a very happy home.
And these are gorgeous.
The
What are
paper
these?
daisies, or Bracteantha bracteata. I love it dearly because if you're a little bit down, just go out and look at your daisies and you'll be up.
And Wahlenbergia here as well?
Now, Wahlenbergia, she looks tatty and scatty, but all these little dead little buds here, they're the actual seed heads. So those seed heads have dispersed because they do go poo-boom. But I tell you what, you cut her back, she just blooms, and then she'll pop up everywhere in your garden, which is what you want.
This one I use a lot, the Fringe-Lily. It's just so stunning. How could you not love that?
How could you not love that? And if everybody grew a few of these in every single garden, we'd be out of trouble. We won't be losing these species. This is Australia. Australian animals need Australian plants.